We did question about someone, a non-traditional student, concerned that they haven't had jobs related to the legal field and that it might be a red flag for admissions, and that they were also unemployed for a bit, but kept themselves busy with productive activities. And my take on this is that totally fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I really don't think, when I worked in the law school and the career services office at Georgetown, I worked with a lot of the evening students. They have a part-time division. And so the majority of my students in that section had work experience between undergraduate and law school, and many of them were working while going to law school, which is amazing. And I don't know how they did it. But I was, really impressed by the wide variety of things people had done. And most of them hadn't been doing things in the legal field. People were doing all kinds of different things. And the ones that had different backgrounds before law school were some of the most sought after by employers because they had, sort of a combination of two different types of experiences.
Yeah, certainly that intersection could be really powerful.
Yeah, and as far as the gap on the resume, I mean, that's, so many people have gaps on their resume. I think if you were doing productive things during that time, I think thinking about how to convey that, whether on the resume or in the personal statement, so they see what you were doing, and they don't necessarily care whether you were being paid or not. They just want to see how you were spending your time and what you were gaining from the experiences.
I would imagine that they don't necessarily need to see legal experience because, I mean, there aren't that many easy ways to get it before you're a lawyer, other than maybe being a paralegal. But they want to see some exposure to the law in some way. It's a nice to have.
Yeah, I think it's nice to have in the sense that they want to know that you understand what you're getting into and why you're going to law school, and have enough information to make an informed decision. But I don't think it's necessary at all that you have legal experience. And I get a lot of that from students when I meet with them early on in college, and they want to do like legal internships over the summer because they know they want to go to law school. And I tell them, great if you want to, but you really don't have to. You do what you want to do over the summer as long as you're employed and doing something that is productive. But it does not have to be a legal job. I don't think law schools are looking for that necessarily at all.
No, and I tell folks all the time, they're asking me, should I do X, Y, Z activity to get into law school? And I tell them, don't do anything just to get into law school, especially because with regard to the parts of the application, the numbers really are the biggest impact. So study for the LSAT, keep your GPA up. But aside from that, your work is whatever it is, your volunteer work is whatever that is. And then you just work on putting together the best essays possible.
Yeah, absolutely. It's less holistic than undergrad. They want the GPA and they want the LSAT score.
Certainly.
And the other things, especially for the elite schools who can fill their classes many times over with people who have the LSAT score and the grades, that's when all those other things come into play. But you got to clear that bar first and foremost.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.